Hello everyone, I'm Anuj Jaggi and I'm a legal intern with Lexus and Company. The topic for today's video presentation is duty to speak in good faith, which is quite an important concept under Indian Contract Act. So let's start the presentation for today. Duty to speak arises from good faith obligations in general commercial contracts. Unlike many civil law systems, there is no implied duty of good faith. You owe no duty to the other side unless that duty is set out in the contracts as an obligation or some other term. This may be surprising to lawyers in civil law systems where a duty of good faith is implied into the commercial contracts. A duty to speak in general commercial contracts may arise, but silence could amount to fraud or misrepresentation, which is given under Section 17 or Section 17 and Section 18 of the Indian Contract Act. This means that duty to speak is simply a duty of another person which he owes to the other person and which he has to fulfill in good faith. If the person does not perform this and includes another person to enter into a contract, this will amount to fraud. Sometimes mere silence does not amount to fraud. Section 17 of the Indian Contract Act defines fraud as fraud means and includes any of the following acts committed by a party to a contract or with his convenience or by his agents with intent to deceive another party. But when the person is making the false statement and believes that the statement is to be true and does not intend to mislead the party in any form to enter into the contract, it is known as misrepresentation. Further, silence may lead to fraud when the person who is keeping silence fails to perform his duty to speak and also when his silence is equivalent to speech. We will understand this concept or theory with some fictional examples. For example, A sells by auction to B a horse which A knows is to be of unsound mind. A says nothing to B in order to sell his horse. A is not completing his duty to speak in good faith. Let's understand this with another fictional example. B is A's daughter and has just come of age. Here the relation between the two parties will make A bound, or it is A's duty to tell B if the horse is of unsound mind or not. Lastly, B says to A, if you do not deny it, then I will assume that the horse is in sound condition. A says nothing to this statement and fails to perform his duty to speak in good faith. The silence of A in this situation is equivalent to speech. Lastly, another example could be A and B are traders who entered into a contract. A has private information of a change in prices which would affect the willingness of B to enter into a contract. Under this situation, A has the duty to speak, or A should speak in good faith to B about the contract. Some landmark judgments or case law or famous case laws in this are Mithulal Nayak versus LIC of India. And there is another important concept under this topic of duty to speak is it compulsory or mandatory for every individual to adhere to this duty of speak. Considering to this, the contract is required to deliver a certain document by a date. If they do not do so, they will lose the right to make a claim against you. And what is the meaning of good faith ultimately? Good faith is nothing but a mutual trust and confidence and involve expectations of loyalty which are not legislated for in the express terms of the contract, but they are ultimately implicit in the parties who are undertaking the contract. Lastly, I would like to conclude by saying the duty to speak is the person's performance by which he is bound and should also be performed under good faith. And if any of the party fails to do so, then it will amount to fraud or misrepresentation. Thank you. That's it for today. And if you have any questions or queries, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. Thank you.